Hey everyone, it is Elaine Luke Hardis, your business and career coach for women of all colors to create their own legacies. And doors for my Aligned Action Mastermind are opened. You can see the little coffee stain. And speaking of which, one of my mastermind clients, Cheryl, who has been in it for like 6 months, is here to talk about her experience. But Cheryl flew all the way from England to her Zoom call. Cheryl, what do you do, by the way? Can you intro yourself?
Yeah, my name's Cheryl White and I am a franchise strategist and a franchisor. So I teach women how to franchise their business, as well as running my own franchise brand, Apollo Care.
And her most important job, she's actually a mother of Spider-Man, right?
Yeah.
She has two sons. How old are your sons, Cheryl?
Daniel's 12 and Spider-Man, also known as William, is 5.
And that's a huge thing for her is, helping fellow moms create franchises so they could have freedom with their families. And Cheryl, you've been thinking and considering even before you joined the mastermind of being a part of it. What made you decide to choose to work with me and be part of the Aligned Action Mastermind?
Well, I've known Elaine for coming up to 18 months when I finally joined the mastermind, and I've been speaking to her for a while about getting really strategic with my time so that I could take on more clients. Because I'm so busy with Apollo Care, I felt that I was holding myself and my clients back with the franchise school. So I needed Elaine to give me some techniques and to give me some advice really on how to turn my one-to-one courses into group courses. And Elaine was the perfect person.
And Cheryl was having like such a huge, and if you don't mind, I'm just going to let them know, like having such a huge like mindset block around it to go from one-to-one to group. How did I help you? And actually, if you could share what people should expect if it ends up being a good fit where I end up being a coach for them, what should people expect from me if I'm their coach?
I think you're very honest, Elaine. You were really honest with me of what I needed to do. You told me I was totally getting in my own way, which I was. With this mindset of that, if I was in a group setting, that I couldn't serve people as an individual, and it was totally holding me back. And you made me see that and helped me to do that with my programs.
Yeah, and I think a huge part of it for you too, like to scale. Actually, before I go to that question, but can you tell people what you did right before this call that you were bragging to me about?
Yeah, I've been at the beach with the boys today. So I said to Elaine, I've just literally got back about an hour ago. So, that for me is one of the reasons why I run my own businesses, so that it doesn't affect my time with my children anymore. Being a mum always comes first.
Yeah, it does. And it's so important for you and for a lot of moms and also non-moms. Like I'm not a mother, except if you count my coworkers here, which are my stuffed animals. But I think for you to get over what you were saying, the mindset from working one-to-one clients to group programs was being in the mastermind as one of my clients. Can you share with people what you really enjoyed about the Aligned Action Mastermind and the women that are in the group? Because I know you're also close friends with all of them. And I see Cassandra watching, who's part of the mastermind. So hi, Cassandra. So can you describe that a bit?
Yeah, I think being part of the mastermind group, it really has been like part of a family. I flew to LA in February, seems ages ago now, but I met all of the girls then as well. We had a brilliant long weekend together where we all helped each other. We worked on each other's business. We talked about everything from mindset to business to what our favorite cocktail was, everything. It was amazing. It was really good. And I think I've seen now firsthand that being in a mastermind, you not only get the support from the coach, but you also get support from the ladies in the group as well. And I'm finding now with my own franchise mastermind that the group setting is just unbelievable to support the other ladies in there.
Yeah, and I want you to like also mention, I mean, we were talking about you joining the mastermind for probably a year before you decided to pull the plug on it. So what were you hesitant about? How did you get over it and decide to want to work with me?
Well, I think probably the main thing was that I'd had a few bad experience with coaches in the past, who had told me they were going to help me with the franchise school. Didn't really understand what franchising was. They didn't understand my time constraints, and they were trying to kind of put me in a one box fits all, and that's just not me at all. Anyone who knows me knows that that's not me. So it really did make me hesitant about it, and I just wish I'd have done it sooner, but in the end.
And Cheryl also mentioned too, she'll be, joining the mastermind again. So like, you're just
Absolutely.
getting, and why, I mean, why is that? Because it's interesting. People are like, so Elaine, people like your clients continue to still work with you, but I'm like, yeah, because they're always learning something new from me. So can you describe that a bit about how you're always learning something new from me and what you appreciate from me as a coach?
I think it's not just you that we learn from, Elaine, as well. You bring so many guests into the group,
Yeah.
so many different aspects of the business. And now I feel that the franchise school is exactly where it needed to be. I'm totally aligned with it now, but I have got more plans for it. So I'm going to let the plans that we've done bed in, settle in, and I will be back next year to bring.
Yeah. And what she was just saying, like, it's just, we just have her systems down. Like, that's what Cheryl was able to do. And more importantly, like, what she didn't want to sacrifice was having time with her sons. Like, she just came back from the beach. I know these are crazy times. I know people are hesitant to spend money, but why would you say that the Line Action Mastermind, actually, can you describe to it, like, how both me and the mastermind group has been helpful for you during these crazy times, and why people should join now as opposed to later?
I think I feel, Elaine, that now more than ever we need to be making our businesses stronger. We need to be making them sustainable, and we need to be bringing in as many income revenues as we can. And I think that all of this experiences over the last 3 months have proven that. And I think if you're serious about your business, you want to get ahead, now absolutely is the time not to stand still. It's time to be a leader and to say, yeah, you want to move forward with it.
Yeah. And why me, and why the Line Action Mastermind?
Because the support is there. There's so much support there. And I am on the other side of the world, literally. I've had exactly the same amount of support as everybody else. And it was great because when I'll come to the retreat, a couple of the speakers that Elaine had gave me loads of freebies because I travelled the furthest. So that was the highlight of being one of mine. So yeah, it's definitely the support of the others and the support of Elaine.
Yeah, and what Cheryl's describing, we kind of talked about calls and group calls. So if you are accepted, by the way, I interview each person. I hand select people that come to the mastermind. So if you're interested, send me a message. But what you get in Line Action Mastermind, it's 6 months. Cheryl was able to come to LA, so you get a 4-day retreat in LA when it's safe. Obviously not now. There's bi-weekly coaching calls where I teach all the behind the scenes, and I'm just calling Cheryl out. She didn't show up to the call today, which is fine, but she will watch the replay. And there's hot seats during this call. And then something I added, actually, Cheryl, I'd love for you to explain too. I always ask for feedback from my clients. So every Wednesday now for 2 hours from 9 to 11 Pacific time, we do digital co-working office hours. So I've added that. But Cheryl, what have you liked about me consistently asking for feedback on how you can improve?
I think it shows that you're listening to what we actually need, Elaine, as well. So when you ask us for feedback, whatever we say, for that feedback, whether it be good or bad or whatever it may be, it's never bad, I must say. But even if it was bad, you produce it for us, and you find a way, and you bring in an expert, or you talk about it yourself. You'll show us behind the scenes of something that you've done. So for me, the feedback is a key part because it makes the coaching essential to us and relevant to us.
Yeah, and what Cheryl was talking about too is because I don't know everything. I'm very mindful of that, but I have friends and I will find them. So once a month, there is monthly guest experts. And this month, I went above and beyond for my clients because they got two from different spectrums. They got my therapist because during these crazy times, everyone's emotions are kind of like high. And then second is I had them, they actually met my lawyer too. So they got both realms of it. But Cheryl, thank you for joining us. I'm sorry if I had to cut your beach trip short with your sons. But just in case, I mean, I know, so if you're interested in the mastermind, send me a message. We could schedule a call to see if it's a good fit. But Cheryl, can you even describe how it is? Like, I want people to know that I'm not going to push them to work with me. What should people expect if they're interested in the mastermind? Get on a phone with me.
Just get on the phone and have a chat with Elaine. Like we said before, we and Elaine were chatting for about 12 months before I decided to join the mastermind. But even before then, all of that time that we've kept in touch and we've spoken to each other, I knew all I needed to do was reach out to Elaine if I needed any help with anything. I've been on a couple of their one-day retreats as well, which was virtual retreats, which were brilliant. So if you're sitting on the fence or you're unsure of what to do, definitely get on a call and have a chat.
Oh, thank you, Cheryl. And just in case, I know we're talking about the mastermind, but if you want to start your own franchise, Cheryl, how can people find you?
So if you can find me on my website, which is www.mercuryfranchiseschool.com.
All right. Thank you, Cheryl. Well, I hope you have more beach days with Spider-Man, your son.
I will.
That's like the hardest job for her. So congratulations to you. But thank you so much, Cheryl. And good night. I know it's evening over there and we're still starting our day here in the Pacific Coast. So bye, everyone.